It could be a blockbuster week of testimony this week in the impeachment hearings. 8 witnesses are expected to speak publicly from tomorrow through Thursday. The witness list tomorrow includes former Ukraine envoy Kurt Volker and 3 people who heard firsthand the July 25th phone call that led to the impeachment inquiry. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill with the new developments. So, Nancy, good morning. What's the latest?
Good morning. Well, we learned a lot of new information over the weekend, including from 2 White House advisors who described their distress when the president pushed his Ukrainian counterpart to investigate Joe Biden. All of this comes as the man who is emerging as the real linchpin in this case, Gordon Sondland, is set to testify this week.
I think Truth has had a good week.
Democrats are predicting another good week in Washington as Republicans downplay the evidence gathered so far.
Shouldn't it be based on something that actually happened versus one person's opinion of a third-hand conversation?
But in testimony Friday, diplomatic aide David Holmes told lawmakers he was with U.S. Ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland, when Sondland called the president. Holmes says he could hear President Trump say, so he's going to do the investigation? Ambassador Sondland replied that the Ukrainian president would do anything you ask him to. Holmes said Sondland added that Mr. Trump only cares about big stuff that benefits the president, like the Biden investigation that Mr. Giuliani was pushing.
The president had no interest in the defense of the Ukraine. He had one thing in mind. He wanted to shake down President Zelensky.
Over the weekend, White House budget official Mark Sandy reportedly told lawmakers in private testimony that the president's decision to freeze aid to Ukraine this summer was highly irregular and that he could never get an explanation for it. Wisconsin Republican Ron Johnson argued it would have been better if none of this had been exposed.
That funding would have been restored and our relationship with Ukraine would be far better off than it is today.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said there's one witness who could clear things up.
The president could come right before the committee and speak all the truth that he wants if he wants to take the oath of office, or he could do it in writing. He has every opportunity to present his case.
This morning, the president tweeted a response to Speaker Pelosi's request for written testimony. He says, quote, "I like the idea and will, in order to get Congress focused again, strongly consider it," though there's no indication when he might submit those answers.
Big week ahead, Nancy. Thank you very much. And on that big week, CBS News will bring you complete coverage of all the public testimony in the impeachment inquiry. Norah O'Donnell will anchor our special reports from Washington. That's tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday.